You're waking up. Be careful. Do not try to rise just yet. You were gravely injured. You should hold as still as you can for now, at least until we assess your mental state. Do you remember your name? Good. And do you recognize me? I suppose either the Raiden Shogun or A is an acceptable answer. I have chosen to inhabit this body to better care for you and your injuries. Do you remember what happened? Yes, you were exploring during a storm. I must say, it is quite alarming to me that you would jeopardize your health so brazenly for the paltry promise of common chests. You do not have the luxury of transferring your consciousness as I did. This body is the only one you have, yet you showed no concern for the lightning striking around you. Such recklessness is ill-fitting for a warrior such as yourself. Oh, no, I'm afraid there has been a misunderstanding. I do wield the forces of Electro as the Narukami. However, not all storms are by my design. Just as Mount Yugu is not under the domain of Morax, natural weather patterns flow with or without my direction. I would never choose to strike down an innocent citizen. Yet lightning strikes are still fatal to those who do not heed the warnings of thunder overhead. I am sorry. Had I been with you, I could have redirected the lightning as it struck, rather than sensing it from my palace here and being helpless to save you. I could do little but watch as the villagers nearby discovered your wounded form, and extend my blessing through each statue of the 7 you passed while they carried you all the way to Tenshikaku. We were all afraid you might never wake again. You have no idea how relieved I am to see you conscious again. Different? I assure you I have not changed at all. Perhaps you are simply accustomed to conversing with the Raiden Shogun only. Though we have spent some time together since you helped save my nation, I have not had the chance to interact with you nearly as much as my puppet. There is nothing strange about me. You are simply unused to such levels of inflection in this voice. Never mind that. The Shogun's neutrality is useful. In fact, we should make use of her right now and have her examine you more thoroughly. Excuse me. Traveler, your mental facilities appear to be sufficiently in order. You may now rise and strip off your clothes. There is a very practical reason for it. You were struck in the chest, pierced through by the lightning bolt. We must examine the progress of your healing injury. It is impossible to assess the damage through cloth. Embarrassing. Oh, I see. You have a preference for privacy. In that case, you may turn away from me before baring yourself. I can surmise much about your frontal injury simply by examining your back. Is that amenable to you? Very well. Oh, you flinched. My apologies. I will be gentler. The damage is negligible. That's good. I was terrified when I sensed it happening. Though I did not wield that bolt of lightning, I still felt it coursing through you. I know better than anyone how deadly Electro can be. So to witness someone so dear to me being pierced through... What do I mean, dear? That is... You may reclothe yourself. Your recovery is progressing expediently. Do not read so much into that common phrase. There are only two types of people. Those who are dear to us, and those who are inconsequential. It is logical that the savior of Devat would be dear to anyone. Therefore, it is logical that a being programmed to uphold eternity, such as I am, would also hold you more dear than inconsequential. Oh, you are correct. Those were the words of A, not I. You are persistent for one who has just woken from a coma? Yes, I am aware of the implications of calling one dear, but it certainly doesn't have to mean... Well, can't you just forget this little slip-up and allow us to carry on as we were? Surely nothing must change between us. We can choose to maintain the state of our relations as before. Nothing needs to change. Please, stay. I am sorry. I am sure you've never seen tears fall from these eyes before. How unbecoming. I learned my lesson about assigning emotions to my puppets. The Shogun was programmed without them, and given tear ducts only as a means of flushing out debris. But it seems now that I have joined her, my intense feelings are... Oh, please do not worry for me. I assure you, I am okay. Really, I'm just... afraid. No, not of you. Of change. Despite my best efforts to hold fast to eternity, you have shown me how little I managed to preserve. Even the nature of my relationship with you has changed several times. From strangers to enemies, to allies, perhaps even friends. And now, seeing you struck down filled me with such a horrible, familiar fear. I was terrified I would lose yet another person I love. I know the implications of that word, too. Traveler, it seems it has come time I confess. I have fallen in love with you. And no matter how much I try to hold it back, or return to feelings of simple respect or camaraderie, this love is enduring. I cannot escape it. I am forced to finally admit the truth. I am in love with you. All I can ask is please, do not pull away from me for this. I do not wish to lose you, too. too? Truly? Oh. Oh dear. I've invaded your space and pressed on your tender wound. I am so sorry. I was simply overcome with joy. But I will respect your space. I will. It's all right. I'm glad. And if I may be so bold, might I ask for something more? A kiss. I have longed to kiss you. How sweet. Your lips. They are better than the finest dessert. I know, once you are healed, you will continue your voyage in search of your sibling. I have no intentions of stopping you. All I would ask is that, so long as you are adventuring in the wilds of Inazuma, please allow me to accompany you. I could not bear it if you were felled on my own lands because I was not there to protect you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Yes. Yes, I love you. It is so liberating to say at last, I love you, traveler. With all my heart, I love you. Oh, but I am overwhelming you. You are still recovering, and clearly exhausted. Please, lay back on the futon. I will go and speak with the commission to have them bring us hearty foods for your strength. For now, rest.